Hello and welcome, Red Devils United. Well, Champions League is back today, and who better opponent than PSG to to open our campaign against Sagar? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's best night ever in the Man
Mhm.
United shirt, and our Champions League opener against PSG. That's
Yep.
been a long, long time coming.
Yes. I think one of the best moments in recent past for United was against PSG, and it's great. It's great to be back again on a Tuesday night. I am just relieved by the fact that we are not watching games on Wednesday and Thursday, and then going into the Premier League weekend. So that's great, and I think you are trying to set your stream up. So I'll go ahead and just talk about the lineup we have,
Hmm.
and you can also like share your opinion, what you think.
Hmm.
So it's listed as a 5-3-2, which I'm pretty sure is a 3-5-2, which Oli has set up.
Hmm.
And we have three at the back, that is Shaw, Lindelof, and Tuanzebe. We have De Gea starting first and foremost, and we have Teles, our new signing, and Van Bissaka as the wing backs.
Hmm.
And the three in the midfield are Fernandez, who is our new captain, which we got to know about yesterday. McTominay and Fred as the two holding midfielders. Uh, that's a great shot by attempt by Di Maria, and yeah, save, regulation save for De Gea. And two up top are Martial and Rashford. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 3-5-2 where Oli is trying to absorb absorb as much pressure as possible and then hit them on the break.
Hmm.
So I think that's what his tactics is, which is fair, I guess, given we are uh, away at Parc de France. So what do you think about that formation and the team as a whole?
I think that formation has helped us in the past against big teams and attacking squads because in defense we go like five at the back, and when we are
Mhm.
attacking it's like 3-5-2. So those wing
Right.
backs, they are the two pivotal players in this game today. And for me, Alex
Right.
Telles, like this is his test. This is a
Uh-huh.
test of his offensive abilities more than
Yeah.
defensive abilities because we have Luke Shaw playing as a left-sided centre back today in the back three. So he'll
Right.
have a lot more cover, and we have Fred and
Mhm.
McTominay, who themselves are protecting the three centre backs. So we have a lot of cover at the back, and I
Yep.
think it's just about those times when PSG is fully committed.
Right.
We find an opening. Marcel, Rashford, Bruno, Alex
Rashford.
Telles,
Yeah.
they all run up ahead.
Right, absolutely. And the other interesting thing is Tuanzebe, who was not fit till this game, before this game, and he comes into the first team and starts against PSG, which can be a huge deal for him,
Hmm.
given it's a big game. It's such a big game, and three at the back. He has a lot of responsibilities and dealing with Neymar and Mbappe, uh, who are the best players going around in world football at this moment.
Hmm.
I think that's a huge challenge for him. But yeah, I think it's all the case with this team. Oli is trying to kind of have a lot of mobility, where we know that we are going to be at the back foot for a lot of times, and we'll have to be very aware and very energetic in in in, in certain positions. So I think it's a fair thing to say that Oli has some tactics in mind and is trying to put his best team forward.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's some of my thoughts about the first team and the starting lineup. But coming to the match, we are 14 minutes into the game, and we have had a couple of shots with Di Maria shooting from outside the box and De Gea with a regulation save. And we have Neymar with his usual antics with diving around and trying to win
I think
cheap
that'll
free
be
kicks.
That'll be an interesting battle with Neymar
Yes.
and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. They're both divers,
Mm-hmm.
divers of different sorts. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he sort of
Absolutely.
goes down to
Goes
block
down. Yeah,
shots
yeah,
and
yeah,
block those crosses. But today will be his test because it's a Champions League
yeah.
game, and frankly, yellow cards fly very easily
Absolutely.
in a
Absolutely.
European tie.
And the other thing to be wary of is Kimpembe,
Hmm.
that the central
Presnel
defender
Kimpembe.
who, yeah. So from set pieces, he has this season has had 4 goals in 4 games. So he is going to be a natural target for them, and he is going to be a threat in the box. And we all know that we are not so great in the air with Lindelof, Tuanzebe, Shaw. So it's going to be interesting on that front.
Oh,
And
that's an excellent point.
Dege actually had to make a smart save from point blank range from a shot from Kurzawa. And
Mm.
I think it was more of Kurzawa not hitting, not finding the right space in front of the goal, rather than I think he just hit it straight to De Gea, and he had to make a smart save on that front. So yeah, as we talked about, PSG are already on the front foot. They are having a lot of position, and we are just sitting back trying to absorb pressure and just hit them on the break with 2 very fast forwards we have.
But this will
Uh,
be a good game. Di Maria's on the ground, always like the
mhm.
side of that. No offense to Di
Absolutely,
Maria, but as a Man United guy,
yeah.
and
He's down again. Maybe something serious, but yeah,
it's never serious with Di
they
Maria.
they they have this natural tendency of just going down for everything. I don't think there's anything wrong in that. No, yeah,
But I have a feeling this Man United squad is vastly different to the Man United squad that lined up against PSG in
yeah,
2019
yeah, absolutely,
March,
absolutely.
if I'm not wrong. And that team looked like a bunch of people just brought together for a Champions League
Yeah,
game. Even
for
though
a
it's
for a
just
freestyle event or something.
I think even though we're still starting with the same squad, we don't have Ashley Young, Romelu
Hmm.
Lukaku, and Andres Pereira from
Hmm.
that squad. I believe every
Yeah,
other person is the same.
yeah. I think the core of that team is still there. Other than the fact, like the players you mentioned. Yeah, other than that, we have almost the same core of players in this squad as well.
But we have more
So
intelligent players this
exactly,
time around. Players
yeah,
who know about spatial awareness and who can create spaces and chances for themselves.
yeah, yeah. And also, Oli has had time with this squad as well. Like when we played against PSG last time around, he was new into the job. I think 3 months, if I'm not wrong, 3 or 2.5 months
Yeah,
into
it was
the
just
job.
3 months.
Yeah, so we were having that natural bounce of a new manager, and we were up for the game as well. So yeah, things are different this time around. Like Oli, I think also mentioned in his press conference as well. Like we are a different team, we are a different unit. We have different things to look forward to this time around. We are in a group stage, not a knockout round. So we can afford a draw going into this game as well. So yeah, from that I remember, like what do you think about the score, the potential score, and what would you like to see from this game?
I think this game, it has all the potential of being a 0-0
Hmm.
if United sticks through. But
Yeah,
it will take just one goal to open things up.
open things up. Yeah,
For us, I don't see us scoring a lot of goals. I can see us nicking in, a goal.
yeah,
For PSG, I feel as if, if they seize the opportunities, they can easily, beat us 2-0 in
right,
this game.
absolutely. Yeah, if you say 0-0, the fact there's Martial was found a little bit of space, tried to curl that ball in to the top corner, but yeah, missed it. It's good to see Martial on the pitch because we have kind of missed him as a natural number 9 as well. So yeah, the fact I was talking about is that there's a stat which says PSG have scored a goal in I think in the last 30 odd matches, in every 30 odd matches.
Hmm.
So we will have goals this
Oh, so
game,
it's a
but I see
penalty, I
it
think,
finishing
or no?
for, you know, for United.
I have a feeling they might do a war check or give a yellow card to Martial.
Uh, let's see. What's the timestamp on your end?
20 minutes in.
Is that a penalty?
He he
He
he
has
played the
pointed,
whistle. He played the whistle, but I did not see him point. But it looks like a
but
penalty. It looks like a penalty because that guy
see,
Diallo sort of, held the
it's a
Martial.
penalty. Hmm. Okay, so we have Ander Herrera as well on the pitch. Like this is the
Hmm,
first time he's facing against United,
that's a
and
penalty.
that's a penalty. Yeah, that's a hug. Absolutely, nice work by Martial again as a typical number nine.
I don't want to break your hearts. Man United missed the penalty.
It's Bruno Fernandes, right? He has not had missed for 11 consecutive games, and
This is what
he
I'm
has
telling
missed
you.
two
We are
today.
not seizing chances, and this was one
Yeah.
chance.
Can you reduce your volume a little bit so that we don't hear it on the stream? Because Champions League are we don't like. Yeah,
I don't know if Martial also missed it. I think we retook the penalty.
we retook it.
Yeah,
Okay, so Kaylor
let
Navas
me.
was off his line.
I think we retook it, and both the times we missed.
That's amazing. If we don't take these chances, we don't have a chance of winning this.
But I want to confirm because I got a notification twice. Once with Anthony Martial.
Bruno Fernandes as the captain, I would have loved to see him score, but yeah, I think they're retaking it.
Yeah, so they retook the penalty, and
And
we missed it
again,
both the
Martial
times.
missed. Amazing. Yeah, I think that's not a good penalty from Bruno Fernandes at first glance because he has no power behind the ball, and yeah, so they are retaking it. I've not
Oh,
seen.
no, it's 1-0. I don't know. My notifications are all over the place. I'm
Let's see.
It's like I'm all over the
Let's.
place with my notifications. Yeah. Kilo Navas, both his feet were off the line when Bruno was
Okay.
about to take it.
Mhm. So yeah, at my end, the referee is still trying to explain to the PSG players about what just happened. I have not seen the second penalty actually go in.
That was a nice one, this one. This time Bruno waited for Kilo Navas to, dive.
Yeah, that's what he actually does. Like he waits for the keeper to commit to a side and then he goes the other side. So that's what he normally does. It's quite surprising to see him miss penalties because we are not used to him seeing like watching him miss penalties.
I think one of the
Yeah, that's one
cons
nil.
of that hop, skip, and jump penalties like
Mm.
keepers,
Mm-hmm.
if they don't commit, then they have, a huge chance to save it.
Yeah,
But then
absolutely.
it's like a fraction of a second
Yeah,
decision.
yeah. Hmm.
So
Yeah, I
1-0
think
to Man
we
United
can
in at Park des Princes. It's a good start. We had a penalty, great movement in the box, and if you notice one change, Alex Telles is putting in crosses in the box.
finally,
We're not,
finally we are watching. Yeah.
and these crosses are coming in from not just the final third, but the two-thirds of the halfway through we are sending in a cross in, and Aaron Van
Mm-hmm.
Bissaka is up there
Right.
to find the second ball and put it back in.
Absolutely. You can change the score if you want. We are finally 1-0 ahead. After a lot of deliberation and anticipation, we are. Okay, so we have McTominay. Actually, I can see him man mark Neymar, like follow him all around the pitch. So that's a good thing to see because Ole has identified that Neymar is a natural threat. That's obvious for any manager to identify. But to go ahead and do something about it, to put a player on him who's going to surround him and not give him space is good to see.
Is that
He is
Fred who's doing a job on Neymar or McTominay?
McTominay, yeah. Fred is kind of just staying back and finding spaces. Okay, so now we have Martial again, and Martial actually does a great job as a number nine. Like when you leave him alone up top, he's really good at holding the ball and waiting for others to just overlap him. So that's good to see.
Today, Martial's hold-up play has been good. He's
Yeah,
actually trying to
absolutely,
play well with his back against
absolutely,
the wall.
absolutely.
And with that, no, we need players who can support that movement, that hold-up play. You need somebody to come in and support you.
Hmm.
But another thing, like Alex Telles's corner kick, he just whipped in. Imagine having Harry Maguire at
Oh,
the end of one of
beautiful!
it.
Oh, that was a beautiful cross. Absolutely. Hmm. So it's actually good to see.
Oh, he's just whipping in left, right, and center.
Yeah,
Tell us. Imagine Cavani being there. Cavani, Harry Maguire for a set pieces.
he's really good at that though. That's why actually we got him. Like I think this formation actually suits us having Shaw and Tellers both on the pitch. I
Hmm,
think
hmm,
Shaw
hmm.
is much more solid as a left centre back.
Then as a left
Oh,
back.
beautiful cross. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. This is a
I'm
beautiful
telling you,
cross there.
just whipping it in. And those crosses, I don't know if Martial is a natural header of a ball. I don't think he is.
You don't
But
remember the goal against Chelsea?
which one?
The game we had at Stamford Bridge, I think.
Was that the very first game, the season opener?
No, the second one, where Aaron Van Bissaka actually got his first
Ah, yeah,
assist.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we
He
haven't
has
seen
that
Martial score a lot of
ability, though.
headed
Yeah,
goals.
yeah. He has that ability in him, but yeah, haven't actually seen him score a lot of headed goals. Absolutely.
And Dage will be important as a sweeper keeper
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
Lindelof and Tuanzebe, they can be pulled offline. Lindelof, we've seen him getting into, you know, uh, tricky positions and he leaves his own space.
Hmm.
So this will be a big game for David De Gea as well to showcase his leadership
Yeah.
skills and man that
Absolutely.
defense.
Yeah. It's funny to see Neymar and Di Maria hitting the floor as often, like just taking it to the floor every time possible and try and win a cheap free kick or something like that. It's actually
Oh yeah,
funny
Di
to see.
Maria goes down this time.
Yeah, I actually admire the fact that Mbappe tries to stay on his feet as much as possible whenever he's dribbling or going past players. I think that's
But that's what you get, no? European
yeah,
players against South American players. South American
yeah,
players are aggressive. They play dirty. They know how to win
how
fouls.
to yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Imagine Jack Grealish or any other English player, doing the same thing, and we'll be the first ones blasting them.
Yeah, they just feel the minimal of contacts and just go down because they know that the referees will point and but yeah, coming back to the point, I think Shaw is much better as a left center back. He is solid, and we always wanted a left-sided center back or left-footed center back, and we as fans always wanted United to sign someone in this transfer window. Shaw can be a potential replacement who can take that position once or twice a season, but yeah, he's much better there. He
But with
has
but with Shaw, one thing that needs to be noted is that he still has his left back tendencies of running up the pitch, and he forgets that in
exactly,
this game he's not the left back.
exactly, exactly. So not having a natural center back is, yeah, that's one problem you tend to see. Like a left back will always be a left back at heart. Like every chance he gets, he tries to bomb forward.
And especially with
So
Alex Telles in the squad,
yeah,
he is seeing his competition, and
yeah.
Telles being able to put in those crosses that Luke Shaw himself, has never whipped in.
Hmm.
Like, I've never
I
seen
think
Luke Shaw putting in a good cross.
yeah, McTominay has done a good job, decent job up till now. Like he's doing a similar job. I think if you remember Herrera doing it for United against Chelsea, where
Hmm.
he man marked Hazard out of the game. Like that was one of the great performances we remember of Ander Herrera. I think McTominay is trying to replicate that with Neymar, but it's interesting to keep an eye out for that. Neymar is quite intelligent. He knows how to find spaces. He knows how to create runs. I think that's going to be challenging for McTominay as well. He
That'll be a
needs to
huge
be,
responsibility for
yeah,
McTominay.
absolutely.
A
He
huge,
needs
huge
to
thing.
be 100% like full focused all the time. And now we have an overlap, but yeah, it's great to
Oh,
see Telles.
nice.
Yeah.
David De Gea, he's are they getting checking it again for penalty? Nah, he was offside, way offside.
Oh, yeah.
Di Maria. So David De Gea is trying to play off his line as well and is coming in for those,
Hmm.
tricky balls in the final third.
Yeah.
And we never
But yeah,
saw this confidence from him throughout the last season. And I feel Dean Henderson's arrival has, given him a stick up the back.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's refreshing to see Teles for a change, like a player who is willing to cross balls. I think it's refreshing to see that as well. I'm just happy about that. Okay. So I am 31 minutes into the game, and I think Ole has kind of got it right till now. These words might come back to bite me, but yeah. So 31 minutes, I think Ole has got it spot on with his tactics, with his formation, with what he's trying to do with the
Oh,
players. Has it come back to haunt me?
it would have. It's like
Okay.
these are the things, no? PSG's runs through the middle and through the wide areas are amazing. I think Neymar was also just a little offside. We're playing a very high line today,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
this can have that Liverpool Aston Villa effect too, where Liverpool's high line just cost them 7 goals.
Yeah, I think they can also hurt us, like with the pace of Mbappe and Neymar. They can definitely get at us as well. So something, something interesting. But yeah, what are your thoughts about the game until
Today, to me, it looks like an even fixture.
now?
Last time around, it was not an even fixture.
Hmm. Yeah,
But today I'm like more settled because I know Ole has had,
yeah.
give or take, 2 years with the squad. The
Hmm.
squad has had one whole season to gel up. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and there's an
Yeah.
understanding on the pitch. But the first squad that Ole inherited, I didn't think there was communication enough on the pitch, nor there was
Yeah.
understanding between players
Hmm.
to fight back or to do something. Everybody was an individual. Nobody was a team.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. I think that was the team where Ole was trying to figure out the players he wanted to keep in the squad. So he just let them play for a while and see, like, test the character and on the pitch and allow them to do their thing and see if they can actually get a result. But this time around, I think he's trying to show that he's much of a manager and he knows his way around the game and he's just not any other manager who has no tactics like a lot of fans claim. that Oli is, but I don't see it quite like personally. I don't quite see it how Oli does not have any set tactics, because I can definitely see it for this game at least.
Hmm. I think tactics. Reason people question is that Oli, he's made mistakes in team selection.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
the tactics that's been wrong, team selection's been
Hmm.
right. Sometimes the
Hmm.
tactics been spot on, but the team selection's been wrong. And people
Yeah.
like he's not sure
Yeah.
of what to focus on.
Hmm.
So I think
And he
that's where the
also,
doubt still lies.
yeah, and he also kind of tends to, like, I think we discussed the last game as well. Like, he tends to get his changes in quite late. Like, when he knows things are not going his way or things are not quite right, he needs to like react a little bit quickly and make those changes. So that is something which I would like to see more from Oli as well. Like, when he knows that 20, 30 minutes or maybe 70 minutes into the game or 60 minutes into the game, things are not working out, maybe make some changes. But yeah, as for this game, I think we are still 1-0 up. We are looking quite convincing in terms of keeping PSG players quiet.
We are having control of the ball, but McTominay just scored his first yellow card
Yeah,
for his single-footed challenge on Neymar.
yeah, that's what he is trying to do, like not give him any space
Wan-Bissaka and
to.
McTominay both doubling up on Neymar.
Yeah.
By the way, Neymar also got a yellow card, I think, for a simulation or something. But this will be the test for McTominay. He has a yellow
Absolutely.
card already in the first
Absolutely.
half. Now he has to be sure of himself.
Hmm. Yeah, now he has to take care of what he is doing going forward. It's still early in the game as well.
Way early, way early.
30, 36 minutes, so long wait for McTominay to go. PSG, they are a good team, but the midfield kind of lacks that creativity. They do not have a player who will find that killer pass for them,
I think they're
because they
missing
have
Verratti
exactly.
and Marquinhos is not playing. Marquinhos
Yeah.
was converted into CDM. He's not playing today.
Yes. 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 So I think
But if you look at
Herrera,
PSG's bench,
Idrissa,
no, they have some really
yeah,
good players like Julian Draxler, Sarabia, and
yeah.
then this guy Marquinhos can come in and
Oh,
make a
oh,
difference.
oh. Martial on the right. Can you find someone? No, no. Just trying that cheeky chip over the goalkeeper.
But yeah, both teams are lacking natural passes of the ball.
Hmm. And also, De Gea has, I think, worked a lot on his distribution over the summer, because it looks to be a little bit better, where
Ooh.
he's able to find players from his long uh, direct kicks. So I think he might have worked. I think that's what I think you mentioned last time around. Competition does to a player. Like, competition for your position, when you are aware that there is someone who will just take your spot as soon as you do not put the performances. Oh, Bruno, great shot,
But then this is what
saved
we're
by
limited to,
Navas.
shots outside of the box.
Yeah, yeah,
I really feel Van de Beek in this game would have changed it.
yeah. But I think
Oh,
it's also like, I personally think there's no way Van de Beek could have actually gone in this team,
dude,
because
Tennis's corner kicks. Have a look.
are yeah, absolutely.
But I still
Yes,
feel
that
Van de
is
Beek could
one.
have taken, McTominay's
Oh,
spot.
beautiful cross. Oh,
I'm telling you, Alex Telles's corner kicks, he just whips it
oh,
and the
it's
ball curves
beautiful.
in. Damn, we only need players who can
who,
head the ball
who can
well.
just head the
You know,
ball. Oh, beautiful couple of crosses from Telles.
Cavani and Harry Maguire are gonna have an
A
amazing
field day,
time.
right?
Bruno from the right and Telles on the left.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, again, nice cross. So I think we have had four corners, but and every one of those was taken by Telles, and he has got them absolutely perfect on someone's head every time. So that's refreshing to see and really good.
Because I still remember the time when Phil Jones was taking corners under Louis Van Gaal.
Oh, just don't remind me of those
Oh
days.
man, that
Those
season.
were darkest of the times for United.
Zero creativity. The
Yeah,
goals were like tired goals. David De
I
Gea was
think
the only shining light. I was like, I
yeah,
enjoyed looking at saves that we made because there was no action on the other side of the pitch.
yep, that is absolutely it from United.
And I feel 3-5-2 can be a formation that we can use throughout the season.
Mhm.
With 3-5-2, we are more stable at the back. Given that we will not have as much chances higher up the field,
Hmm.
but this is a formation that can definitely help us against some of the bigger teams, better teams, or teams below us but attack-minded teams.
Yeah, I think our centre backs have done a decent job marshalling their forwards up till now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and get excited soon. But yeah, it's actually good to see. I personally don't like the 5-3-2 kind of formation because you tend to sit back a lot, and it actually
Oh, nice.
does.
Rashford with a pacey counter attack.
Yep.
The end product. That's where he lacks a little. It was a neat 1-2. Should that be a yellow card? It came off of PSG's own player.
Rashford is so fast though. He is. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like Rashford has to be much more clinical with the chances he gets because we'll have chances few in this game, so we'll have to take that.
I have a feeling Mauricio Pochettino might just become the coach of PSG. Because Thomas
It's quite
Tuchel's
possible.
days are looking numbered.
Yeah,
Given that, with such attacking talent at your disposal and a
still
really
unable
nice,
to get the best.
like young, talented defense,
Mhm.
PSG underperforms or fails to flatter, especially on European stage.
Neymar, I think, is getting into the game now, so he is trying to find Mbappe every time he gets on the ball. He failed to do that this time around, but eventually he will be
Oh,
able to find him. So
yeah, it's like everybody's trying to find Mbappe.
yeah.
Di Maria and Neymar, they both trying to, either put in a cross or a through.
Hmm. Mhm.
This is where Lindelof to Anzebe have to be sure of themselves and their
Have to be,
positioning
yeah,
and then show
absolutely,
that they don't let Mbappe get onto the ball.
absolutely. Yeah, Lindelof has been marshalling well.
So I haven't seen Tuanzebe in the game.
Yeah, I think Lindelof has a lot riding on him now because he is one of the senior most members in that back line, and he will have to make sure that everyone is focused. Tega had to
Daguerre
be.
was like he's again now, he looks like the keeper that he
He looks like his
he he
former
is
best. Yeah, yeah.
or was.
He's coming back to his former best, I think.
This is what
Slowly
we
but
need.
surely, yeah, exactly. This is what competition does to you. Keeps everyone on the toes and everyone performs to their best. I think that's what we need to see as well. Tuanzebe also does not look out of place after having missing a lot of games and being out with an injury. He has done a decent enough job. We are 44 minutes, 1 minute away from the first half. Hmm. Yeah, I think PSG will have to make changes because, like you said, they lack creativity in the midfield. Maybe a Verratti, maybe a Draxler.
Virati's
Someone
injured,
needs to
so
come in.
like
Oh yeah.
Draxler or Sarabia.
Hmm.
And for us, like I really want Pogba and Van de Beek on the pitch and take
Yeah.
the game away from PSG before, PSG regains the control because right now I think we are in control of the game. We're
Yeah. I
defending
wanted
well.
to discuss something with you regarding Pogba as well. We'll do that in the halftime. It can be something interesting, or maybe a statement that Oli is trying to make with Pogba. But yeah, we'll discuss that.
The referee is trying to make his mark on the game. It's like a referee wearing Mourinho's pantsuit and walking on the pitch.
Yeah. What's happening in the Chelsea game? Chelsea are playing against Sevilla today.
Let's discuss the scores like at halftime. And Van Bissaka, I thought he would be a little triggered today, especially after some of the posts on Twitter
Hmm.
last night. I don't know what's the truth and what isn't, but I think it can be trolls trying to,
Yeah.
maybe wreck the squad, but it can be true as well. So, but
Hmm.
Van Bissaka has sort of not let that fluster him today on the pitch as of now.
Right.
Oh, that referee
Yeah.
schooling Carrick, did you see that?
Telling him to just go back. So it's halftime. It's 1-0 to United. We go into the half in a really strong position. We have done quite well up till now. I think the first half analysis, if we had to do, the players have kind of risen up to their tasks and they have stuck well to what they needed to do
I think yeah, the
because
players are they're doing what they've been told to do. Like
exactly,
to put it in simple words, I
yeah,
still don't think that these players are capable of unlocking defenses, but when you put them on man marking duties,
exactly. Yeah. You'll get that shift you need to put in to keep quality players quiet from these players. I think that's what you'll get from these players, but a lot kind of depends on Bruno Fernandes to unlock defenses and be that creative element in the team. And seeing him as the captain, I think he will be able to do that as well. Like he is a natural captain, he's a natural leader on the pitch. He will be quite vocal on the pitch as well. So yeah, putting Bruno Fernandes as the captain, I think was a brave decision by Oli as well, but the right one. So that was great.
no, with Bruno, definitely he raises the game up. He steps
Absolutely.
up to the challenge and he wants
Hmm.
his players to do the same.
Yeah.
I was like recently, reading one article online where it said that Bruno's first game, I think against Everton, in which he scored, but the game itself was a draw and United was celebrating
Yeah.
the game. There was like bonhomie and everybody was joyous, and Bruno walked into the dressing room, feeling all sad and
Yeah.
that we drew the
Right.
game, a game that we should have won. And I think that
Exactly.
sort of showed his character that at United, it's not about celebrating draws. It's
Yeah.
about treating draws as a loss and going for that win at any
Yeah.
cost. And
Yeah.
that is the mentality that was missing. And we always wanted Pogba to do that, but Pogba, as we know, has his
Seems
own
to
agenda.
be.
And
Yeah.
he is, inkling for a move
Hmm.
away from United. So in
Yeah.
Bruno, we really do have an able leader, somebody who's a
Yeah.
sore loser and wants to win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you need someone like that to be your captain because you know that he will put in those performances where the team team can actually drive from that energy. So I think Harry Maguire, I think he became the captain a little bit too soon because
Hmm.
he had not quite found his way within the squad and was not putting up those performances which called for him to be the captain. But Bruno Fernandes, I think 9 months into the squad, into the team, he has shown his quality. He has stepped up on crucial games. So I think he deserves to be the captain. But I expect Harry Maguire to become the captain again in the Premier League game once he's back from his injury.
I think it's
But
important to define our captain candidates like Bruno.
exactly,
He,
yeah,
if he's not the captain, at least he's the vice captain. Like the
exactly,
games that
yeah.
Harry doesn't play, Bruno will always be the
Hmm.
captain.
Absolutely. And the other player to mention in this particular half was Teles with his debut, which I think it's fair to say that uh, am kind of impressed by Teles's performance in the first half, whipping those crosses in. It's refreshing to see that. It's great to see a left back actually going forward and taking corners for a change and finding heads every time. So that's refreshing to see as well. So what are your thoughts on that?
It's refreshing. Frankly, I haven't seen our fullbacks crossing in ever since, Alex Ferguson retired or sort of Gary
Hmm.
Neville, retired and Petri Sevra went
Yeah,
away. We've been missing that because our teams are very narrow. Like
yeah.
David Moyes' squads perhaps was the only last crosser of the ball, but
Only, yeah,
with
absolutely.
LVG, Mourinho, we became very narrow, and then all of
Very,
our
very narrow.
players
Yeah,
dependent on the counter attack. But now with a
absolutely.
fullback who puts in crosses, is great at corners, we can create another avenue through which
Right.
goals can come in, and that is what we
Absolutely.
need for the squad. Tell us
Absolutely.
first, like on his what do you say, first audition, live audition
Hmm.
for United.
Hmm.
He's been doing a good job, something that's
Yeah.
expected of him,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I think a run of games in the Premier League will truly define who he is as a player, and will also
Right.
help us know if he can keep this up,
Hmm.
or is he's just at this level and he cannot raise his
Yeah.
game up even more.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm excited, but I would love to see more of him
Yeah.
before
So yeah,
making a
I
decision.
think in the other games which are going around simultaneously, we have Chelsea versus Sevilla, which is currently nil-nil. We have Leipzig playing against the fourth team, which I'll not go ahead and try and pronounce that team's
Oh,
name, but
Istanbul, Besikshahir.
Istanbul. Yeah, so Leipzig actually are leading 2-0 in that game.
Hmm.
I think Angelino might have gotten a goal in that game, and Upamecano maybe. So
Oh, by the way, Dortmund's losing 2-0 at halftime to Lazio.
to Lazio, okay.
I would
Hmm.
love Dortmund to crash out at the group stage for all the
Yes, so we
cockiness
can
that
get
they've shown
yeah, we
during
can
this
get
season.
Sancho on the cheap. That's not going to happen, though. We are not going to get Sancho anymore. It's quite difficult.
It is, boy. It's a good thing. Like for me, I'd really love for them. I would love for us to outlast Dortmund in the
Right.
Champions League.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because Dortmund, okay, they're a good club. They are a regular Champions
Hmm.
League club, but when it comes
Hmm.
to winning titles, they're not the club that you want to be at.
Hmm. Hmm.
You
Yeah, good.
like
You
it's a
continue
club where you
first.
can definitely go and develop your talent,
Yeah.
but it's not a club where you can just stay and seek out titles because they won't be winning a title soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Are you aware of the fact that in the Champions League you can actually make 5 changes? I'm not quite sure. I'm hearing the presenter talk about it, but I'm not quite sure if we can actually make 5 changes.
Oh,
That would be good for a change.
I heard the same thing. Because if that's the case, then United is in for a trouble. We don't really have five players that we can bring on the pitch.
Bring on the pitch. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Like today, our only defenders in the squad is Timothy Fosu-Mensah and
Yeah.
Brandon Williams.
Hmm.
So if we can change, we can only change our fullbacks.
And
Mm,
Bruno
okay,
has got both of the goals for them.
so five substitutions. allowed until the
Five
end of the season.
substitutions. Okay, okay, got it.
That'll be good because now these players, get to rest
Yeah.
for because the games are thick and fast in the Premier League this time around, and the cup competitions. I was surprised when all the cup competitions were given a go.
Hmm.
So teams are essentially playing every 3 or 4 days with whenever Champions League comes around, and then there is Carabao Cup.
Right.
So with five substitutions, I think it'll be easier. But then it'll also be interesting because when you think you're in control and suddenly the other team makes five changes and you've not prepared yourself for those five changes, then then the game opens up again.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I can see. I'm just watching the game for Lazio and Dortmund. Uh, Dortmund gave away two goals because of their own mistakes. Hmm. Nothing much happening on the Chelsea game though. Chelsea are at home. They are playing at Stamford Bridge against Sevilla. You would expect them to at least maybe get a result there. But yeah, that's an interesting game as well.
Like Chelsea has been a how would I say? I'm not getting the right term, but they've been a surprise, with all, and maybe it's like five players, six players coming in. They need time settling down
Hmm.
together and getting
Hmm.
used to each other.
Right.
So I feel after December, Chelsea will be on a roll, and they
Right.
just need to
Absolutely.
last until December.
Exactly. Exactly. I think yeah, they will need some time to get the team together and gel together as a unit. So they will need that time, and I think Lampard will also get that time because I think they have shown a lot of trust in him because they have spent close to 250 million, right?
Hmm,
And
hmm, hmm.
so it's definitely something that I think they believe in Lampard's process as well. So I think that's what we want as fans to see for the club to do. Like backing your manager wholeheartedly, you know that you have appointed a manager. Why not just go and back him and give what he needs so that he can do a better job of the team in all competitions. I think
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
that was a major frustration from the transfer window because it feels like Oli has his hands tied behind the back. And like you said, five substitutions. We do not have quality players other than I think Pogba and Van der Beek to just bring in. We won't expect Henderson to be a substitute for us, right? Even though he's a quality player, we don't. Yeah, we would expect quality players to be on the bench and come in situations who can change the game. So that's interesting. I don't know why it was not done. I'll just be back in a couple of minutes.
Hmm.
So
So in terms of the group, the way it now stands, like if this result stays, Man United will be second, and RB Leipzig would be top of the table. But it's just early days in the Champions League so far, and United has shown to be an able competitor despite a weak team. Like we don't have Cavani, we don't have Greenwood in the squad. Our centre backs are not at their best at the moment. Harry Maguire is injured. So despite some of those limitations, we've had a comfortable game so far. And it can change in the second half for sure, especially with the five substitution rule. We never know how the game would change because PSG, frankly, has a lot of good players on the bench. In Marquinhos, Rafinha, Moise Kean, Julian Draxler. These are the guys who can come in and change the change the game at an instant if needed. But we've been in control so far, and I believe we can do well to keep the game that way. Donny van de Beek's on the bench. I would really love for him to come out in the second half and sort of show what he's capable of. Because I would really love to get that second goal going and then sort of preserving, the lead. Because this win will give us a lot of confidence, when we get into the Premier League again and play Chelsea on the weekend. Chelsea themselves, despite having a good quality squad, they have shown a lot of defensive frailties at the back. And with Cavani being eligible, Greenwood being eligible, Rashi there, I believe we'll be in for a delight in that game. So for me, this game will form the base for our next four fixtures, which are against Chelsea. Then we play RB Leipzig again next week, and then Arsenal, Istanbul, Başakşehir, finally culminating in Everton. So it's a huge, huge, huge 2 weeks for us starting today. And if United can, get as many points as possible, then that will give our players confidence. It'll also build confidence in Ole because frankly it's at an all-time low, and we need that confidence going in for the rest of the season. What's up, Anmol? How you doing?
Good till now. But I think they will be able to hold it up for the rest of the 45 minutes. I think we might just be able to get another goal, but I don't think PSG will score. They don't look like scoring.
Like as of now, no, but their midfield sort of reminds me of how our midfield was.
A while back.
Like we're good man markers, but when it comes to getting those passes in the final third, everybody goes missing.
Mm.
Yes, yes. So
But
that every time someone crosses for them, there's only one player in the box.
Mm.
that's Mbappe.
Yes.
But Mbappe is not a natural striker, right? Mbappe is again a winger who's playing through the middle, and Mauro Icardi is not there. I doubt if PSG is missing Cavani, in today's game, where he could have made a big difference.
Yeah, I think if Cavani would have played for us and scored, that would have been great because they would have realized what they're missing.
That's for
He,
sure. Like looking now, I feel if Telles plays and Cavani plays against Chelsea, we might just beat Chelsea on the weekend.
it's a huge
It's
scope.
possible. It's possible because I still have to see if they will go in with this lineup because I think if Shaw and Telles have to play, this is the only possible lineup that they can go with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll have to drop one of them, and I think they will because Maguire is going to come in, so
Mm.
one of them has to warm the bench for that match.
That might just be Axel Tuanzebe dropping down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
I
you think
think.
of
Yeah. But
What do you think of McTominay? Should we replace him after the 60th minute
No.
because he's had a yellow card already? And
Oh, yes. With that respect, yes, I think this time. But when it comes to Fred and McTominay, I think McTominay is more of a natural CDM than Fred because Fred tends to go forward, and if we have VDB, Pogba, and Fred on the pitch, all three of them will go forward, which is going to be a problem because then Neymar will slide between the defense and the mid. And right now, McTominay is the only one who is stopping him from doing that. He has to drop deep and then come back from there.
because as promised, PSG has made a change. Like I was saying, they've taken Idrissa Gueye out of the game. So I feel Di Maria
mm,
will fall back into the wide midfield role. Mbappe will move to the right wing and Moise Kean through the middle.
yeah, I think yeah.
Moise Kean
Okay, so
looks like a
they
very
have
good buy
Moise
for by
Kean. Yeah,
PSG. No?
they got him on loan, I guess, if I'm not wrong.
Was it a loan or a straight 18 million
I think
pound buy?
it was on loan from Everton. I'm not wrong.
And they're
I
preparing
think
another
maybe
another
I'm getting it
substitution.
the other way around. Maybe Everton had him on loan
No,
and
no, Everton bought him for 25 straight, and I think they sold him for 18.
Hmm. It's quite possible. What do you, okay, so the question I wanted to ask everyone is what do you think about Paul Pogba getting dropped for this game? Because this game is in Paris. He is a French international. He would have actually loved to play, feature in this game in the midfield and show his quality. But do you think it's the beginning of the end, and Oli is trying to make a statement in terms of not having players who are not willing to play for the team and play show what it takes to be in this team. I think. Do you think that's what Ole is trying to do with the Pogba situation? What are your thoughts on
I think what he's trying to do is he controls the game till the 60th minute.
it? Hmm.
If it's a draw or 1-0 or 0-0 situation, then VDB Pogba come on and then they attack for the rest of the 30 minutes. But if the game is not in balance and United is losing, he's never going to bring both of them on in the same. Uh, he'll. I think he goes more defensive after that. He tries to control the damage rather than going for the kill.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
That can be the case. Maybe he's uh, what do you say, deliberately keeping him on the bench,
Yeah.
or that might be the case, that he's disciplining him for his statements while he
Yeah.
was away on international duty. But either way, like I would give Ole the doubt and say that he's being
Nice
strict
save.
and he's
What a
being
save! Yeah.
strong.
They gave it a great save.
Yeah, I think I read
Ooh.
this article
Hmm.
about De Gea where he practiced with the Spanish coach,
Hmm.
and I think that has made a lot of difference after he has come back. There has only been one mistake,
Hmm.
and he's been good apart from that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the competition he has for this spot as well has helped him. And bringing Dean Henderson in has kind of told him.
Yes, yes. That makes a lot of difference because I don't think Romero was good, but I don't think he was enough to add pressure for him to perform.
Hmm.
He knew that even if he's going to make mistakes, he is the
Yeah.
chosen one. But now that he feels that his position is threatened,
Yeah.
and his position is actually threatened,
Right.
now he's
Absolutely.
performing well
Yeah.
again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, what do you think about? So I see a chat coming in which says, "Will winning this match actually ensure that Solskjaer keeps his job for the end of the season?" So do you think that might be the case where Solskjaer it actually started with Solskjaer winning that famous game
PSG, yes,
against PSG where he got got the role full time, and do you think it
yes.
will actually come back uh, full circle where he gets to keep his job till the end of the season?
I think he will because I am not in favor of sacking managers after 5 games when especially during this year when the teams didn't even get a preseason. They are
Hmm.
still just coming back from the
Yeah,
breaks,
yeah, yeah.
and
Hmm.
if you see now the game is improving by every game they are trying to improve, and the thing is what I don't understand is why do people only talk about United when Liverpool also lost 7-2. I
Yeah,
never saw posts regarding Liverpool losing 7-2 or Van Dijk is a
yep,
80 million trash.
absolutely, absolutely.
But whenever United loses, it's always about Harry Maguire not doing the defensive duties or Viktor Lindelof. I
Hmm.
understand that they're not up to the mark or they're not good enough, but every time it's not United's fault or there are other teams as well. So I just think people are too critical of United whenever they have a bad game.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Like
And same
the
goes for the
amount of
manager
bad
as well.
press we get. Yeah, the amount
Yes.
of bad press we get as United is kind of ridiculous because yeah, I think the English media also kind of stays on the lookout for news regarding United where they can go ahead and criticize someone
I
for
think,
the match.
did you read about the statement that Bruno gave the other day on international break when they were trying to stir up a controversy and
Hmm.
he shut them down? That is exactly the kind of behavior you
Yeah,
need in
exactly,
press conferences to shut them
exactly,
down to
exactly.
and And that is the problem with Pogba. He never shuts them down.
Exactly.
He gives fuel to that fire.
Exactly. I think that's what is frustrating for most fans because we are used to Pogba talking about other clubs, but it's getting out of hand now. Like you can easily keep your mouth shut because you came to your international duties after losing 6-1 to Tottenham, and you could have easily said something else or something very strong as a statement to reinforce
Uh,
the fact that you are at United. But
about that, he did give another statement where he said that I'm very happy at United and I would love to stay here.
yeah,
But the thing is, the press has been shaped this way that only the negative aspects of his
will
conferences
come out.
are
Yeah,
always highlighted.
yeah,
You will
absolutely.
never see, if you go through the whole interview or the press conference that he gave, you will
Hmm.
understand how there were positives as well. That I
Yeah,
know that he mentioned other clubs, but he also mentioned that he is happy, he
yeah,
wants to extend the contract, but
right.
they will never mention that part of the interview.
Exactly. I think that's what Bruno does very well, like in press conferences. I think yesterday also when he was asked about, there was this question he was asked, which I think was really valid as well. Like he was asked if United actually got players in the transfer window to strengthen the squad on top of the performances he's trying to put in or he's trying to contribute to the team. So he answered it really well. Like he mentioned the fact that the team which we have has to step up also. We are looking at players to bring in, but the current team which we have also has to step up the game. It's not acceptable for us to lose the games which we're losing or the 6-1 from happening again. I think that's the way you go about in a press conference where you answer the question as well and provide facts, but also make a statement which is strong enough for the press to run with and not just make loose statements like Pogba does pretty often.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
the only reason why Pogba is not a club captain and
yeah,
he is. And I think
exactly.
Pogba shouldn't even mind that because whenever he plays as a captain, his performance gets hampered.
Yeah, yeah,
There
absolutely.
are players uh, for like we had Sachin in cricket. He never
Yeah,
used to captain a side because it used to hamper his performance. Same
right,
goes for Pogba. Whenever he becomes a captain, there is extra pressure and he's just not able to perform.
right.
Like, and they're not natural leaders. Maybe Pogba is a good player. For France,
Yeah.
it's natural. He's in his environment, he's in the zone, and the manager trusts him. And frankly, you cannot switch nationalities. So today you're playing for France, and then suddenly he goes out in the press conference saying that I'll play for Spain. But by the
Yeah.
way, PSG has scored, and amidst the conversation, I was just looking at the game and I
It's
realized
an
that
own
PSG
goal.
has made a lot of changes with Mbappe moving on the left, Keane through the center,
Hmm.
and Neymar switching wings. So I think that has sort of
They made a tactical change, which I think has worked for them.
Oh,
Uh,
it's own goal.
Own goal by Martial. Yeah.
He's very lazy. He's not running for the balls. He just wants the ball at his feet.
I think it's yeah. Yeah, I predicted 1-1, so let's see if we can just hit them
1-1 is
maybe
also good.
on
We get
break.
an
Yeah,
away goal,
yeah,
and by the time the PSG comes to Old Trafford, we'll have Cavani as well.
yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure. Ashish, is the stream sound from your end or Anmol's?
no, my stream's not playing. Stopped.
It must. Mine is on mute.
Yeah, better. That's
How was the goal? I didn't see the goal. I just saw the notification.
Corner from the corner. He
corner.
put
Yeah,
it in his own net.
it's
Why is
okay.
Martial on corner corner, corner detail on one of the players?
Why? Why would he do that?
uh,
This is the kind of stuff
Oh,
that puts the whole team down.
that's a great header, though.
yeah. I think he
On the
just really
opposite
wanted to
end.
score a goal.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
He rose above everybody else. Martial should not even be there.
I think because of speed, they prefer Rashford to be forward.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, should have done much better. It's
What happened
okay.
to
And
Axel Tuanzebe? Like he should have been there, no? Like in that position.
Hmm.
Marcel
I don't
maybe
know.
marking Di Maria or somebody else.
That is probably the case because these guys they prefer zonal and what to
Right,
say.
right.
Shaw has been good today. I
Yeah.
think he kind of forgets that he's a centre back today. He goes ahead and starts attacking like a left back.
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
making the
That's what we
same.
were talking about. Yeah,
This is one point where both Tellis and Luke Shaw were running around. Like, guys, what are you doing?
yeah.
Luke
They're
Shaw
trying
needs
to
to
overlap each other. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's the first game and this is a new system for them. So probably in big games, this is what we are going to do, park the bus in the middle.
Oh, what
But
a
I think it works for
brilliant
them. So
block by Van Bissaka. Oh, beautiful. Nice. Mbappe was almost through.
But I don't know what we're doing with the passing game. Like we are passing
nice.
back ridiculously. And PSG sort of regained that control, that we're talking
Yeah,
about at
absolutely.
halftime.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, one tactical switch and they are back because we know they are a quality team. They finished, they were in the finals last season, so we know they are a quality team because much of the core has remained the same. Much of the team has remained the same, not even the core.
This is where I
So,
doubt Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I was telling maybe the selection's right, but then
hmm,
tactic-wise, he's very. I don't know if he's slow or he has no tactical plans or alternatives. Like we've seen PSG making a switch on the wings, Mbappe has switched, and now McTominay
what
finds
a
himself on the
block!
opposite.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just sometimes don't understand. Is he too late to understand what is happening in the
Oh,
game, or he just does
exactly,
not want to do anything about it? Because
exactly. I think, yeah.
they every time come in with a plan and they work according to it. But it's not
Hmm.
like for 90 minutes that plan is
Yeah,
going to remain the same. You need
exactly,
to
exactly.
change.
I think Ashish and I were also talking about the same thing. Like now we see the game kind of slipping out of United's grasps a little bit. So let's
Yes.
see if Oli can actually make that change.
Oh,
Which
nice. Rashford is on.
Rashford, I think he is
No,
missing his touch.
why don't they pass in the third?
Ah, it's a bad. He needs to be much better in decision making. Uh, ah,
I'd really love to
I
see Van
think
de Beek and Pogba come
yes,
on. They can make a difference now. Like if
hmm,
yes,
McTominay is not marking his guy Neymar, and
yeah,
McTominay is after Mbappe,
no point in
Mbappe will
having.
run through him for real
Yeah,
now.
no point in having him on the pitch if he does not do that job.
yes.
I
And
Oh
I
come,
like the way Telles is delivering the corners. Finally, we have
absolutely.
someone who can
Yeah.
deliver it. Because as much as good as Bruno is, he is not a person who should take corners. Because
Yeah.
oh, nice try. Marshall trying on the other end as well.
Diallo is doing a good job on Rashford, if you've noticed.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think it's just Rashford
Or
not
Diallo or
strong
Danilo.
in his
Who's that guy?
decision making. Diallo.
Danilo.
Yeah.
Danilo.
Diallo.
He's their new centre back, right? PSG.
No, Danilo is I think CDM.
Rashford. Come on, man. Rashford is having a terrible game though.
Yeah, not one shot on target.
Yeah. He has the pace to just go. Oh, what beautiful cross from Telles though.
Rashford is great for counter attacks. Oh, this is a
Well,
Martial, no? He's very good at hitting the ball inside his own goal, but
Oh, nice. Did you see that tackle?
no, just yeah, I'm just
I have
behind
no clue where each
Van
other pass
Bissaka,
is
right?
on the timestamp.
I am at 58.
I think me and Sagar are together and Mol's ahead of us, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Again, Rashford hitting it in the stands.
Yeah, Rashford has
But
had
but
a terrible game.
AWP is having a good game. He put in another tackle.
Yeah,
It
Van
Today,
was
Bissaka, right?
AWB is
yes,
making sure he does not have that baby.
He's not
nice.
letting anything through.
But it was very close. If it had been wrong, it was a penalty.
Oh, beautiful tackle.
That's what scares me about Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Yeah,
9 out of 10 times you'll get that tackle right, but that one time when you get it wrong, it will be a match-defining moment.
Yes. And that's sad because no one is going to talk about the 9 times he's saving. It's the 10th time that he gives away the penalty that is going to be
exactly.
talked about.
Imagine him getting a red card and also giving away the penalty. Then we are left with just Brandon Williams on the right.
Yes, and he's not having game time. That is another problem.
Hmm.
Oh no, there's no one in the box. He crosses it every time. There's only Rashford inside. It takes him. Okay, gone.
I think Daniel James,
Maybe
Paul
Daniel James
Pogba,
can be a good
and
shout.
Van de Beek.
Yeah,
Just to push them right. Van de Beek is intelligent with the ball. Him and Bruno together on the pitch, like
be a good. Yeah,
they
I think
become unplayable. Even that game
Van de
against,
Beek is more like Mata with the right foot. He will find those places
yeah. Hmm.
between the
Hmm.
defense and mid, and he's
Hmm.
very intelligent with the ball.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Go one Bisaka. Go cross it. No, don't know how to cross. Yep. It's just thrown off the ball. When Bisaka was trying to get a hand from Kurzawa to get up, just left him on the ground. Didn't even bother to.
I think it's time for him to make the substitution. If he waits till
Yeah,
70, the game
absolutely.
is gone.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And then
if
it's more
he
about
that speaks a lot about the intent of the manager. Like if he actually wants to win the game, he needs to make changes now. But if he
yeah,
just wants to keep hold of this draw, he can continue with this team. But eventually, I feel like PSG will find a way of scoring or getting another one. Eventually, that's going to happen. It's inevitable. So it's better if you go and score one more. Maybe you can get away with a 2-2 draw.
like
But
either you just sit back and keep everybody back and try and preserve that draw,
hmm,
or if you're not doing that, then might as well go for a draw. Because had he been going for a draw, he would have brought on Matic already.
right.
yes, might be Rashford or Marshall and then Matic. So I don't know what he's waiting for,
Hmm.
but 65 to 70, he has to make at least one change.
And Herrera down.
Otherwise, he's too passive and he thinks one away goal is enough and
Yes.
they can get them at Old Trafford. But I don't think one is going to be enough.
Did you watch Herrera going down? Oh, that's
And then,
funny.
the way he acts, I don't think he was ever getting up, but then he caught up
Yeah,
on the.
that's really funny.
He used to do this at United as well,
Yeah, absolutely.
exaggerating.
Yeah, yeah.
I like how frustrated Neymar is today. He's not getting that
He's
open field
not
he
getting
gets at
anything. Yeah,
French league.
yeah. He's just used to playing against teams who let him do his thing in the French league.
Yeah,
You'll not get to see
showboating
that.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll not get that against Premier League teams and other. Oh, Moise Kean with a chance. Nice one, Fred. Go stay close with him. Corner for PSG. So they are imposing themselves on the game. Now they look like they can score any
Yes.
time now. So Soldier has to react if he wants to win this
Oh,
game.
Pogba's on. Pogba's on.
Pogba is on,
Yes.
or McTominay or Fred.
He's on the sideline.
Okay.
Yes, okay, my stream stopped working and I'll just wait for whatever you guys say.
Okay.
Di Maria with the shot.
I think on the right side, AWB staying back helps because they are only attacking from the right side. There is no attack from the left side.
Hmm.
All three of them are slotting on the right
Right.
and attacking from there.
Right. Yeah, I think most of the attacks are coming from there.
And I think if this is how they want to do it in all the games, then
Do you
and they should.
personally like this formation? Because I don't. Because I hate just sitting back and hitting teams on the break.
But the problem is, I think it would change with Cavani coming in, but we'll have to see how this works. Because
Yeah.
if then Telles can go forward and actually cross the ball, and
Hmm.
someone will be there to get a hit on it.
Yeah. 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 I think. Yeah. Given a certain kind of players you have on the pitch, this formation suits them. But if you want someone like Pogba, Fernandez, and a Matic to play together, this formation is horrible for them because you won't
If
see Pogba just
Oh,
sitting
nice
back.
tackle again, nice tackle again, AWB.
He's having a great game though.
Yeah, the thing
Oh,
is, if
nice
you
one,
want
nice one,
to
nice one.
go with five in the middle and you want to attack as well, you need the back three to be really solid. And
Yeah,
I don't think we can rely on back three. Oh,
yeah.
he's taken Telles off.
Uh,
What?
that's the
Telles for
only.
Pogba.
Okay,
So I
okay. I
think
think.
he's still not sure about the attacking options,
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
and
I
that
that is
think.
why he's keeping Fred and McTominay. But after this, I think Fred is going and VDP will cover on.
Yeah,
I would rather take off this guy, Scott McTominay.
I don't think Fred is a natural CDM. He does tend to attack, and that will expose the defense.
hmm. I think the United might revert back to the 4-4-2.
Probably 4-4-2. Yes. Now with Tellez gone, they can do that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And to be honest, Shaw is has saved most of his energy. He can still run
Yeah,
ahead on the
exactly,
left side.
exactly. Yeah.
I think they have switched to 4-4-2 because Shaw is attacking now.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Pogba is also attacking.
So we have McTominay and Fred sitting back in front of.
Yes. So this is the ideal formation that we like, but we also
Hmm.
concede goals in this
Yep,
formation.
exactly, exactly. Yeah. Now they will be able to find spaces between the two central defenders because they
Yes.
can be pulled apart onto the wings and they can create spaces there. So
I think this is a gamble. If we score, Matic is coming on.
yeah,
If we
exactly,
don't, VDB is
exactly.
coming on.
Yeah, Fernandez taking shots from 50 yards. Absolutely great.
So how do you see? Is it like Pogba? But where would he fit in this
So it's a four four
formation?
two. So two midfielders sitting back, so two midfielders playing a little bit ahead,
4-2-2-2.
kind of,
Yes.
yeah.
Or sort of four two three
Maybe
one again.
maybe a 4-2-3-1, yeah. Maybe a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I think that it is 4-2-3-1
Yeah,
because
it's a four
all
two
the
three one.
players
Yeah,
on the field are used to playing 4-2-3-1. Telles
yeah,
was the only one who was new to that formation,
yeah, yeah.
but he's off now. So I think that and Pogba is playing as an attacking midfielder.
So
I don't
Pogba
know.
would be on the right then. And that is where he
Pogba,
plays for France in the same formation. Like I remember
yes,
Anmol showing me that score sheet once in that game against
yes,
Portugal. Pogba started on the right of that 4-2-3-1.
yes. That is, I think you can only play that formation. You can play four in the defense or three in the defense if you can trust that defense. We cannot. I don't think even Liverpool can trust their own defense,
Not
Now
now.
they don't. Not now. Not now.
especially after
No
VDB
chance.
gone. I don't think they can.
Yeah,
And oh, nice shot! Finally, Rashford has one shot on goal.
Like
beautiful. Just a shot on goal.
Safe,
Nothing to be excited about.
but nice try.
Oh,
Finally,
nice try though. Huh? Nice try. Nice save. What do you guys think about the zebra kit? It has kind of grown on me though. I kind of
I
like
the
it.
think it would.
zebra.
I would have liked more with the black shorts, not with the white shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The black shorts, yeah, absolutely. I think the photo shoot they had was with black
With the
shorts.
black shorts, yes.
Yeah, so that looked good, but yeah, I just I'm glad that the white shorts they have they don't have zebra stripes on them. It would have looked
Yeah,
like a
that would have
classic
been too
zebra.
much.
Yeah.
But I would still like to see something new next season. Like Juventus had, they changed from their traditional. jail dress to a new one.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we see more energy from United in this game.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Are you able to watch the stream now?
I am managing. It's like stop and start, stop and start. So
Okay, just be back, you guys can.
Pogba is more like standing on the edge
edge
of
of
the
the.
D and yes,
Hmm,
and playing
hmm,
from
hmm.
there.
No, that's
And
where
that is, I
that's
think
where we need
he's
Pogba.
yes. I
Because
think it's time to get VDB on and probably take Fred off. And I just like McTominay more as a CDM than Fred because he know Fred McTominay doesn't attack unless you ask him to.
but
Fred
McTominay is
tends
not
to
a CDM. He's not a natural CDM. So that's where I sort of don't rate him as a player, and especially against Mbappe and Neymar.
yeah yeah he's not that mobile if you see it like that. He's a big unit and he tends to break the play rather than control the play.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Yeah, we have Pogba running on the left. So the good thing is we now have players actually attacking the ball. There are five or six of them in the box whenever we're going forward, which is not the case for PSG.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Oh, Tuanzebe with a yellow card.
I think if we perform good against PSG, we might be just able to perform good against rest of the teams as well. They are the toughest opponent in this team. I don't actually rate the Red Bull team as a good team because they lost Timo Werner this season, and
But
he actually scored a lot of goals for them.
but RB is a very effective scorer. I think they're more similar to us. How to make the best use of limited options, and those are the teams that are dangerous. With PSG, we know what are they going to do. They have to attack. It's a home game.
Yes,
They have to get the goals going. With
Hmm.
RB Leipzig, maybe they're just playing for a draw. They want to move to this next round. So those teams can get very tricky, and those are the teams where we struggle against.
yes, to break the defense.
hmm
Let's
But
see.
but a win in
We'll
this
have
game,
Cavani.
but a win in this game would definitely help us, play well against Chelsea. Because Chelsea at this point in time, they are not yet
Yes,
settled defensively.
yes.
Oh, Van Bissaka and Mbappe, that battle is very interesting to watch today.
Yeah, yeah. He
He's
has
not
kind
letting
of
him.
done well with
Yes,
Mbappe.
I don't think Mbappe has had a shot at the goal today.
Yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah,
one shot that he had.
yeah. I think it was the
That's
one
it.
shot which De Gea saved the
Hmm,
correct
hmm, hmm,
effort
hmm,
which
hmm.
he had. I think early in the second half. That's the only.
Nice. Again, they're not letting him play. This time
Yeah,
it
Van
was, I
Bissaka
think,
has done really well, though.
Like we know
I, I
defensively, he's
sometimes
sound.
I sometimes think that Mbappe is more about speed rather than skill. He will
Hmm.
beat you at the counter, but when it comes to one-on-one situation, he kind of lacks that
Yeah.
skill that Neymar has. And you
Martial.
would put your money on Neymar to beat a player one-on-one rather than this time AWB was beaten. But the defense is good today, not Maguire in the defense. So
Yeah.
there was a centre back covering him.
You know that Tuanzebe is deceptively fast. Like he's like that Rolls Royce of defenders. Like he swiftly runs across a player.
With those
He
long legs, coming into
Yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's deceptively fast though. He's able to cover his ground really quickly. Like against Mbappe one on one, if you are able to run like alongside him, I think that's really really good. Nice. Fred has done well as well this game.
Yeah, I think he's more like a car. The more you
Hmm.
run, The more his engine gets hot and he
Yeah,
starts
exactly,
performing.
exactly. I think Fred needs a lot of game time before he comes to his best. I think last season also that happened. Once he got a consistent run of games, he came good. I think
So he
that's
took
what.
Telles off, and now Shaw is injured.
Like, is that an actual injury or is he like back
I
in the
don't know.
pitch?
He's on the ground, so we don't even have Williams on the bench today.
No, Williams there,
We
no?
have Williams, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We only have
Williams
fullbacks.
started today.
We only
Yeah.
have fullbacks on the bench.
Oh, he's up again. So
This is what happens with United every October. Like every season, in the month of October to November, we get injuries. A lot of injuries in key positions. I don't know.
Luke Shaw is the first one to go down.
Something with the fitness department. Something's
I
wrong.
still think what will happen the day Bruno goes down, because
We are
I think we'll be able to cover him with
No, we
VDB
have
and
Van de
Pogba
Beek. Yeah,
together.
yeah, 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 yeah. We'll
Yes,
have Van de Beek who can be a great replacement.
And Mata as well. I feel
but
Mata is a
he's
good player with them in the squad.
yes. I think Mata should play
Oh, is that a
Europa
penalty?
match this season.
No.
That
No, how far back are you?
76.
26?
Okay, I'm at 76.
No, that's not.
Oh, we're missing these neat one twos,
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
box.
Bruno has given almost his everything this game,
Dude, I really
and I
want Van
think
de Beek
that's
coming
what
out now. Like at least now for the final.
for last 10
Yeah,
minutes. Yeah,
I don't understand the point of saving him till the last moment.
I think we were discussing right, Ashish. He is one of the most experienced Champions League players we have,
Yeah,
like who has had exposure to those pressure
big games.
situations. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, the pressing has been amazing from us today. Fred's
High
like
press.
trying to
Yeah.
win back second balls.
Hmm.
Rashi lacks confidence. He gets into good spaces and
Oh,
then looks out for a
oh,
pass. I still don't get it. Why is he like looking
oh.
out for a pass and not taking a shot on?
because he has hit all the shots in stands today. That is why he thinks it's
Just
good
not
today to pass.
confident enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that
Rafael.
will be
Hey, are we getting anything on the chat right now?
No, I'm having a look on the chat.
why.
Why is Rafinha called Rafael?
What?
Like Rafinha, the Barca guy, his jersey says Rafael.
His name might be Rafael Rafinha.
Colin Dagba. Okay, so PSG is freshening things up. Rafinha, I thought is a good midfielder. I still don't know why Barca let him go.
That's nice. Oh, Bruno, come
I just
on.
think the amount of shots that these guys are missing, I
Yeah.
just hope that they don't make us pay for this in the last 10, 12 minutes.
Hmm. Yeah, I think PSG have a goal in them for sure.
After these changes, maybe it's possible, but I don't see a goal coming from Mbappe or Neymar because they just haven't been those
Oh,
players.
Arey, Nawaz with the save against Rashi.
Rashi.
Our pressing, like in these last 5 minutes, has been too good.
Yeah,
And that
it's good.
1-2 play,
For that only, we need VDB on the pitch. He does
we
that one to play really good.
we need VDB. I'm like for sure, at least VDB and one Mart, I'll get them both.
Nice, 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 nice. What?
Because PSG is trying to win this game
Oh,
as well, and that's where we can hit them.
Yeah, it's more like it's become an open play for now. Pogba going in
And
again.
even
No, no,
Pogba is
no.
pressing and trying to win balls. That was surprising to see.
yep.
I think Pogba is more like a 45 or 60 minutes player with full potential rather than playing him for 90 minutes and he jogs on for 45 minutes. It's better
Yeah.
to bring him on after the first half and let him play his own game.
No, 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 no. Come on.
I think my Wi-Fi is not
No?
stable. I'll drop off now, but I'll continue on the group. What is happening?
Yeah, cool.
All right, Anmol, it was
Okay.
great having you here.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Bye.
you
man.
for
Bye.
joining in, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, hope we win. We should be much more clinical.
Dude, for sure. Today, the amount of chances that we've had,
Yeah, it
like,
should be
I
doing
remember
much
what
better.
Varun used to say with Rashi, like, in terms of finishing, he's still not there.
Yeah,
Like, his finishes are good,
yeah.
but in terms of finishing, like, 10 out of 10, or maybe, 9 times out of 10, he's still probably a 3 on 10.
Yeah, he's not clinical. Like, does not just take his chances that come. And I think it's a confidence thing as well. But he had this goal on the weekend, and he should not be lacking in confidence at all.
It's not a confidence thing. I think it's more of a, shooting thing.
Mm.
Where Rashford, he maybe needs 5 shots to get a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And where somebody more clinical like Sadio Mane may just need 3 shots to get a goal.
I think Neymar is has kind of moved to a very central position for PSG.
Yeah, Neymar's moved
So
in. Moise is on the
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Mbappe
yeah,
switched. That caused some trouble for McTominay.
exactly. I think De Gea has made a great save again, but yeah, Neymar that tactical switch has actually helped PSG.
Oh, Neymar is winning the ball,
Hmm.
way too easily. Nice, Fred. I think Fred has grown in confidence this game. He's
Absolutely.
keeping the ball well. He's finding out passes.
I think just like Anmol mentioned, like once you give him a good run of game,
Oh, Rashi! Nah, Martial, sorry.
okay.
PSG's defenders are doing a great job so far.
But it's yeah, I think the commentator just mentioned it's a very tough group to get out of, and every point you'll need every point to actually make it through or come out of this group.
It is because Leipzig, see, they may feel depleted, but they play as a
Hmm.
unit,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
those are
They're
the
good
teams
team.
that are very
Yeah,
difficult to beat.
yeah, they're a good team. Okay, let's see.
I'll just be a moment.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
absolutely.
use the restroom.
Yeah. Come on, Martial. Need to convert these chances. We are getting through to the final half, but yeah, we're not able to convert or take our chances. That's kind of frustrating. And but I special mention to I think Teles who was substituted. He has it's kind of refreshing to see a left back swinging in those crosses. It's great to see Fred imposing himself in the defensive midfield position. De Gea has done really well as well. Special mention to him because he has made some crucial saves which has kept us in the game. Lindelof, Transibe they have had a solid game at the back. Apart from that own goal by Martial, everything else has gone away. And Rashford looks out of place. He looks out. He not sure what. Yeah. Now Diallo gets. I think. Yeah. Danilo gets yellow card for bringing Fred down as United were looking to transition into a counter attack. Fred again, like super energetic, super driving through PSG's defense. Really good. And yeah, it's a cynical foul. He had to bring him down. Okay. Van de Beek still not sure why Solskjaer has not brought Van de Beek in. With 84 minutes, we can still win the game. We can still uh, make things happen. There's just one more goal, and we should be. Any team can win. And Rashford is in. Rashford is in. Rashford has finally scored. Oh, thanks. He has finally. Finally, Rashford has scored. Yes, yes, yes. Finally, he has taken the chance. Ooh. And we are 2-1 up indeed. And what a nice finish by Rashford. And it's good to see. Just post this one. Beauty. Bruno Fernandes with the
That's what you need on a big night. You need Marcus Rashford to deliver again in Paris in the Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Manchester United 2. Rashford strikes again.
Let's go. Let's go.
More dangerous side. Yes, Paris Saint-Germain fits and starts. Was a wonderful strike from.
Rashford actually loves to score in Paris. He did it the last time around. He has done it again. So we are 2-1 up. We have 3 minutes, 2 minutes to go of the 90 minutes. We should be winning this now. There should be no chance we are dropping points. And Ole has again done it with his away.
United just scored. Am I right?
Yep. Yes, Rashford.
Finally, I think that was his fifth shot. if I'm not
Finally.
wrong. Are they checking it on?
No, I think it's a goal. It's a clear goal. Great goal. Great goal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude.
And Rashford actually loves Paris though. He always scores away.
So this Bruno's coming out and Marcel coming out straight away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now he wants to keep the points in. I think that's fair. Pogba has got the assist for that.
And Dan James and Van de Beek. Wow, that's a bold change. So no more Matic. Like I'd have loved to see Matic,
Yeah, to close things down. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, Dan James and Van der Beek are coming in.
So basically, Rashford moves up top.
Yeah. Now we should just give Rashford the knighthood.
We're still talking about an MBE, or was he? He was. Whoo! Neymar is like, oh, he gets so much time on the ball.
Rashford again. Should watch Neymar's face every time Rashford scores. it's lovely to see.
Confirmation there of Daniel James on for Anthony Martial as we move towards the final minute of the 90.
So if Solskjaer wins this game again, bringing us back to your question, like see, Solskjaer again does not, his future at United does not depend on this game.
Yeah.
His future on
It never
United,
depended on this game.
yeah, it will depend on the entire season.
Exactly. If he fails to get top 4, that's when I think his job is on the line. But again, as fans, we know that he didn't get the resources he wanted.
Our Fred's injured.
He has done a great job, though.
At Old Trafford, painful those, aren't they, when you stamp on the top of the foot?
Okay, Neymar with the shot, but it's wide. Pogba has done a good job as well since coming on.
Mm-hmm.
He has been composed on the ball. He has found himself in tight spaces, but he has been able to find that ball through.
Pogba, I've been surprised. Like that guy has led from the front.
Hmm.
Like we haven't seen this Pogba at all this season.
At all. And
He's-
that's exactly what we want to see as fans.
Yeah,
Just
he's
stop talking
pressing.
and just do this enough on the pitch, and people will begin to love you. That's it.
Yeah,
We already know you are a quality player. We already know you have it in you.
in the group
So
stage of the
why
Champions
not?
League at home is less than 3 minutes from coming to an end. And this really will represent the perfect start to
Yeah.
qualifying
Who's
right.
the man of
for
the
the
match
Champions
for
League
you,
for
though?
Manchester United if they can get themselves over the
Oh, I
line.
think Fred.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fred
Even
would
for
get
me
it.
as well.
He's
Fred
the,
has been imperious in the midfield. Yeah.
and he's won those second balls. You know, he's going for
Hmm.
those 50-50 balls.
And a line
Hmm.
that
That's what I've liked
lies
about
we've
him today.
talked about, but tonight it
Right.
seems to have got
For the
close
last
to
20
being
minutes, I can
successful.
also, pick Pogba up
Yeah, I certainly think
for
so.
man of the match. Like up front, without the pressure of running back and defending,
Yeah.
I think he's
I
been
think
able to do a good job.
exactly. Yeah. When you let Rashford play up top just without any pressure of, like you said, coming back and tracking back players, I think that's when he excels. He knows that
Hmm.
he can play off the defender's shoulders and just make that run, turn them and run. I think that's when he is the most effective as a natural forward. But yeah, I think Fred for me, man of the match, and done really well.
Oh, look at Donny van de Beek's energy. He like almost, ran in to press the keeper so that he couldn't take a quick goal kick. That was a good change in the final 10 minutes, getting James and Van de Beek.
So,
They'll press you. Their energy will be more than enough, but we still have a minute to see through.
yeah, and I think special mention to Wanzebe as well, like coming off an injury and getting
Hmm.
into the team for a crucial game like this, an away game against PSG against super fast attackers, was a real test of his fitness, his character as well. So I think kudos to him. He has done really well alongside Lindelof. We changed from a three at the back to a two at the back towards the end, and he still was able to do his own thing. So that's really good to see. And yeah, having someone who can be a backup for Harry Maguire when you know he's not having a great game, you can now be assured by the fact that you have Tonzib in the team who can come in and do that.
Ah, game up.
Game up. He's
Game
doing
over.
finally.
2-1 to United. We've been in control except for, those 15 minutes where PSG
Yeah,
got their own goal going. But they have not been in this game.
yeah.
Like I can say that with confidence that PSG did not own this game.
I think it's fair to say that Ole has got this right. No doubt. Ole has finally got this right,
Yeah.
and he did that tactical switch of moving to a 4-2-3-1 uh, formation after like you said PSG dominating the game, and like we were discussing, is he going to take his time and make that right switch at the uh, right time and make that happen? So I think that was interesting. So
So full time. Man United 2, PSG 1 at Parc des Princes. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still the king of Paris, and Thomas Tuchel awaits to, get some
get the
smiles
sack.
going. Angel Di Maria has never had. I'm like so happy to see Angel Di Maria on the losing side against us. It
Yep.
pleases me no end. To see that guy just sulking, end of the game and thinking of what could have been.
Yeah, absolutely. I think absolutely. Like Rashford loves scoring in Paris. He has got two goals. I think two away games in Paris. That's good for him. He has finally taken his fifth chance, if I'm not wrong. If
Hmm.
I'm keeping a count of the number of shots he has taken, but I think it's the fifth or the sixth shot that has finally gone in. And yeah, Bruno as the captain has done a great job. Fred in the midfield did a great job. McTominay, the task he was given, he was good at it. But 45 minutes he was good at it. close to 60 minutes when Neymar was moved to the central midfield. That's when he started to lose him, and Solskjaer was able to change that, bring Pogba in, who was again influential coming into the game, was able to find those passes, and yeah, I think Solskjaer has got this right, and I think it's a statement as well for the fans who said that Solskjaer actually lacks tactics and does not
Hmm.
think about the game. Lets the players do the thing. I think Solskjaer. I think this win should uh, most of it should go down to Solskjaer uh, tactically making this happen.
Like this is a disciplined performance. Like
Right.
again, I would say, like I have question marks over Van Bissaka
Yeah.
defending today. It was
He was good.
those 9 out of 10 tackles that went through
Yeah.
cleanly.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't that one tackle that, could have gotten the red card against Mbappe
Exactly.
within the box. But even then, it was very disciplined. People knew what they were doing and where they had
Hmm.
to be at what moments and who they were marking.
Right.
And McTominay, as you rightly said, he rose up to the task at keeping Neymar at bay,
Hmm.
and he did that effectively. Fred, very disciplined,
Very.
very, very disciplined. He
Yeah. He had a
ensured,
very difficult job to do though.
oh yeah, even with three at the back, he still had a lot on his hands,
Hmm.
and he did a great job today, and especially when we switched, to two center backs, Pogba coming in, McTominay on a yellow card. Fred knew that he had to, be calm and cool, and he still won those second balls, pressed high, got the ball back, and started the attack again.
Yeah. I think the midfield change also worked out for him, and he moved slightly to the right as well, and was breaking the play like you said, driving through to PSG's final third. So yeah, absolutely. I think first half was a team performance where everyone stuck to their task. Everyone did what they had to do to keep PSG at bay. We let PSG equalize with an unfortunate own goal from Martial, who I think didn't have a great game as per his standards, but as a number nine who was quite isolated most often of the times, he did a decent enough job, and he will not be available for the Premier League game on Saturday, but I think Cavani should be available for that. But yeah, other than that, second half the tactical switch which Solskjaer made worked out, bringing in Pogba, and after getting the second goal, like you said, like yeah, I think you mentioned, bringing on Van de Beek and Daniel James, and not actually going for the obvious change which we were talking about, which was Matic, to
Hmm.
shut things down and sit back and just allow pressure to come on. I think last three to 4 minutes we still had the possession, we still were trying to press high, and that's great to see though. I think it's a great statement by Solskjaer and the whole team, and yeah, absolutely delighted for Bruno as well. First time as the captain of the team, and we go ahead and win this crucial game. 3 points, difficult group to come out of. Many suggest that it's going to be the group of death, where one big team is going to stay, and I really don't want to go back to Europa League. So it's really great that we get that away game win, and now we just have to focus on our home games, and yeah, if we win all of our home games, I think we are through, right?
Yeah, either we win and progress the groups, or I just like I would just crash out of the
Yeah,
group.
just yeah. I
Yeah, and
think
then
just
focus on
go.
the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I don't want us to be in the Europa League again. I just can't.
It's
Like
it's
either
terrible.
topped, yeah, either finish one or two in the group, or just finish fourth and go out of the Champions League altogether. But yeah, cannot. Yeah, absolutely great performance, great win for us. 3 points, necessary 3 points. Great for the confidence as well. Like I think we mentioned, we talked about it in the previous videos as well. The run of games we have coming. We
Hmm.
have Chelsea coming up next. We have RB Leipzig the next week.
Then we
So
have
tough run
Arsenal,
of games though.
Istanbul, and then Everton.
Yeah. Yeah,
So it's like
tough run of games. So
five.
starting off with a win, it's a great sign.
I didn't realize I would be putting Arsenal and Everton into that bracket, but again, it'll be
Yeah,
a very tough game
yeah,
against
it will be a
this
tough,
Everton squad.
tough game for sure. But it's great start to this run of fixtures we have coming, and we, yeah, I'm glad that the team now has some confidence of managing to win games or scrape wins. So it's good.
And how would
So
you how
we
would you
have
rate our players today?
yes.
Starting with goalkeeper David De Gea. I mean, that
So
guy, has he
before we
managed to
do
get the
that,
monkey off his back?
I think so. Before we do that, we have a comment which has come in which says the game is won due to Fred and McTominay's CDM role, which I completely agree with. Which I think they did a great job. I think also special congrats to Aaron Van Bissaka for the tackles he made. Like you said, 9 out of the 10 tackles worked today, and Rashford for the goal as well because he was trying his best, and five, fifth or sixth chance I think he was able to capitalize. So I think that's good. So yeah, you were mentioning De Gea.
Yeah, I mean, like, just in terms of player performances,
Yeah.
and then ratings and stuff, David De Gea had this big question mark on his head, the
Mm-hmm.
entirety of the last season, coming through to the restart and the Europa League and the FA Cup semis against Chelsea. He was committing mistakes left, right, and center, but today I
Yeah.
feel it was a commanding performance from De Gea.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Regulation
made a couple
saves,
of
good saves,
great saves. Yeah.
and then clearances off the line, or just knowing where he is and where PSG's players are. He was just coming up. He would run up and sweep the ball off,
Absolutely.
or
I think
just throw it away for a
he did a
clearance.
great job of acting as a sweeper keeper as well.
Does Dagia work well when he knows that the defense in front of him is shit? when,
I think so.
when because as soon as he feels as if there are a couple of good defenders, he relaxes and lets in easy goals.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be the case. I think we are seeing David De Gea coming back to his best, finding his form, finding his finding the saves at crucial moments because those saves, those actually allowed us to go into the first half, the go into halftime with a 1-0 lead, and also keep attacking PSG's goal for that second one, and that kind of kept us in the game as well. So I think De Gea had a great game as well. So that's good. And what about? Yeah, you go ahead. Carry on with other players.
So David De Gea, then Aaron Van Bissaka. Again, like this guy today he was brilliant. I think Aaron Van Bissaka does well in when it's five at the back.
Hmm. He
He's
knows he
more,
has the safety of
yeah,
the defender. Yeah.
he's more assured. So
Hmm.
I would still, like for him to do well when it's just two center backs and two full backs and to give him same assured performances. But today he was assured, and I think, it's safe to say that he can get a 7 on 10 on his performance
Yeah.
today.
Absolutely.
Axel Tuanzebe, as you said, coming off of injury, he was in isolation for a year. Nobody knew what was happening with him,
No one knew. Yeah.
and he came off and got thrown into the mix. Big Champions League game, did
Hmm.
well, played the whole 90 minutes, and was playing against Mbappe in the second half.
Yeah.
Him and Van Bissaka did a great job on him.
Absolutely.
So I think for me, Tuanzebe gets a 7.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Tuanzebe definitely deserves a 7. And coming back from his mysterious foot injury, I don't know what was that for a year that kept him out of the game, and coming back into this crucial game and putting that kind of a performance is really great for a young player to see. So yeah, absolutely, 7 out of 10. Absolutely, I
Then we have Victor Lindelof, the guy who's been made the scapegoat of
agree.
bad performances all over the pitch.
Hmm.
Players out of position, especially the centre backs. But today, Victor Lindelof, I think with two centre backs around him, he was also more assured and more commanding, and sort of had a very quiet and uneventful game, I would say.
Hmm.
He did not. I don't think he had any tricky moments.
Yeah, I think that's what you like from your central defenders to like have that kind of a game where they don't have that spotlight on the mistakes they make, but they have a solid performance and they keep everything solid at the back. So I think, yeah, again, Victor Lindelof, he is prone to making errors. We know that he has that error in him, which leads to a goal, which leads to strikers finding space. But today he was absolutely great as the senior member within that back line. He was great. So again, maybe a 7 on 10 for him.
Yeah, I'd give him a 6. Like he had a quiet
Yeah.
game, and with Mbappe playing through the middle, not his natural position, that sort of I think helped
Mm.
Lindelof's case as well. And then we come to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, we all know, is a left back, but in a 3-5-2, his qualities sort of come up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where we really s- sort of do well with left-footed centre back,
Hmm.
and he can get us
Absolutely.
out of some tricky situations. And Luke Shaw's had a good game. I think he was also a 6 on 10 or a 7 on 10.
Yeah,
10
yeah. I
quiet,
think 6 on 10 is
nothing,
fair. Yeah,
nothing
nothing
much.
special. Quiet game, solid game.
Then we come on to the debutant, Alex Telles. Played 60 minutes, I think, 65
Yeah.
minutes.
Mhm.
And what do you think about him? Like just in
It's
terms
it's
of
it's
this
again.
game and the way, the position he was playing at.
I think it's refreshing to see a left back putting crosses in, and that's one thing I am looking forward as well with Teles. And the quality of corners and the crosses he was putting in for the corners was absolutely great. And I can't just wait to see how Harry Maguire, if Harry Maguire now does not score goals, there's no excuse for him now. He should be getting at
Mm-hmm.
least 5 to 6 goals this season from the corners and the quality of balls we are putting in from those set pieces. Now we have Bruno Fernandes. Now we have Alex Telles. We should be expecting those headers to go in now. And we saw Axel Tuanzebe getting at the end of some of the crosses, which is good to see. But yeah, Telles absolutely delighted with his debut, and I hope to see a lot of him going forward in these tight games. So yeah, maybe uh, let's be lenient with him as his debut game. So maybe an 8 out of 10.
Well, that's a really high score. I would still, I would have given him 6 on 10 purely for the crosses
Yeah,
because I think that's
absolutely.
that's what
Six.
he
Yeah,
was there for. Defensively, we
absolutely.
had players around him,
Mm.
and then now we come to our midfield of Bruno, Fred, and Scott McTominay. I think Fred, we've rated him as the man of the match,
Yeah. So
and for
maybe
his solid
9.
performance. 9. Scott McTominay again, a good job on Neymar, and then the second half, trying to keep a Mbappe and Neymar a little more quieter. He's
Mm.
like a good 7 on 10 performance.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
these
I
guys, I
think
feel they do
average
well.
7 on 10.
They do well when they have a job to do in terms of marking players.
Exactly.
But as soon
Yeah,
as it comes to, creating something, that's like asking too much
yeah.
from Fred and McTominay. Bruno, captain, leader, legend already for United.
I think for me, he has always been the captain. He has been someone who leads the team with his performances, and that's what you want from a leader. And on the football pitch, you cannot be cannot be someone who hides away from the ball or who hides away from situations. So Bruno Fernandes, first time as the captain, winning away in a Champions League, crucial Champions League game. I think maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it would be fair to give him a 7. That guy,
He missed the penalty though, so that's why some points off. But yeah,
but yeah, seeing him on the pitch just, assures us that something will happen sometime.
yeah, yeah.
He always carries a threat in him. Now we have Anthony Martial, the centre forward, and Marcus Rashford, the match winner. Anthony Martial, fair to say, not a good game from him.
Hmm, yeah.
Good hold up play. But
Won the penalty, so maybe a seven.
I think that will be too much for him. For the penalty, I would give him like five, but then he was quiet throughout the game,
Hmm.
and he found it a little difficult to go past PSG's defenders.
Right.
He found himself in good positions, but then maybe it's like lack of match fitness or just that
Exactly,
he's a slow
exactly,
starter. I
exactly.
don't know, but I still think Anthony Martial can step up, even more, especially the
Absolutely.
heights that he showed towards the end of last season. And
Ab-
if he goes back to that level, then he's pure class in that
Absolutely.
role. Today, I'll give him a five
Yeah,
on 10. What do you
yeah.
what do you have to say?
I'm just in a happy mood, so everyone gets a seven for me. So
And
yeah,
Rashi,
we'll
the
win
match
this
winner.
game, and it's a great game to win. I was not confident going into this game, and us coming out with a result is an added bonus. So
Oh yeah,
everyone
absolutely.
starts off with a seven for me. Maybe anyone who has a good performance goes up on that. So yeah, Rashford, like you said, missed a lot of chances, was one on one a lot of times, was not decisive enough with the passes he was trying to make. So, but yeah, good for him. He gets the winning goal as he's used to do in Paris, and I think he just loves the city. And yeah, I'll give him, yeah, seven or eight out of 10 maybe.
Well, I would give him the knighthood. I'll just do it with the points.
Just give him, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
like in terms of player performances, that was a good solid performance.
Yeah.
And now when it comes to Ole, we all know that like I've been Ole out as well. Even though I
Yeah.
was like supporting him through the transfer window.
Hmm.
But today Ole came out with a performance where I feel that he has a plan and
Yeah.
that plan worked.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly. I think, yeah. Good.
like are we like too strict on Ole? Like he's not an elite coach. And there are times when he looks lost and
Yeah.
the coaching team looks out of ideas. But I think that happens to all the teams, but Ole is under the spotlight a lot more
Hmm.
than other coaches are.
Absolutely.
So do you?
I think when Oli comes in with a solid plan, like you said, everything kind of works out. But it was nice to see for a change that when things were not going according to his way, he was able to adapt. He was able to make those critical changes, and was able to get a result out of this. And I think the reason why we were able to win this game was because we had quality on the bench, and we were able to bring those players in when needed. But imagine we had started with Pogba, Fred, and Bruno as our midfield, and we were looking to win the game. And you know that Pogba was not having a great game, so you had to bring in either a McTominay or a Van de Beek. But Van de Beek is not suited for that position, so you had to bring McTominay, and that makes a difference, right? You see McTominay as a player who keeps you solid at the back, and not someone who will make those runs and create chances for you. But having Pogba on the bench really helped in this game. So again, it all boils down to the fact that the amount of options we have on the bench and the options that are available for Solskjaer to use in a game. But I think, yeah, good for Solskjaer, good for everyone, good for him that he was able to answer some of his critics going into this difficult run of fixtures.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Well, that was a huge Champions League game
Absolutely.
today. Our first game after the Barcelona thrashing in the 2018-2019 season,
It's great to be
and
back with a win.
and a good boost for the team and
Absolutely.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer both. We had question marks being thrown and controversies being created left, right, and center to
Yeah.
sort of demoralize the team and set us back. But I feel even though we had a disastrous transfer window and we are still lacking a proper right winger
Hmm.
and a very good centre back,
Yeah.
but this team in itself can cause a lot of problems and I feel has quality enough to be top four in the Premier League and also to at least reach, the quarterfinals of the Champions League, unless we meet Bayern Munich in the round of 16.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game today, and now eyes move towards the Premier
The
League
Chelsea
game
game.
against Chelsea over the weekend. And are we doing a live watch along for that game?
Maybe we can do that. I think the game is at yeah, we'll have to figure out sometimes, maybe. Let's see. But yeah, we can do that. It might be a good game to watch as well.
Yeah, I'm really
So
excited to see Cavani and
yeah,
Telles playing in
yeah, it,
tandem.
it, it might be a good game to watch. Yeah, due to that as well. Like Cavani available for that game, and Telles might start again. So yeah, we can definitely do a watch along for that. Yeah.
All right, so Red Devils United, as always, thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you so much for your comments. And please do like our channel. Take us past that 100 subscriber mark. I think we are on 99 subscribers. All your love has brought us here, and now we need to grow ahead, move ahead together, and become stronger. So, as always, like our channel, comment, let us know what you think about this win against PSG. If you want us to do a watch along against Chelsea, throw us a like, throw us a comment, and subscribe. Stay safe
Okay.
until the weekend. Ta-da!